All right. I had better expectations, honestly.
At least I tried really hard.
I also think the expectations were pretty high. I love the idea. I think it's a great concept. Third-person shooters need to make a comeback in this world, and I'm 100% on board for more people to make them. I think this needed a lot more time and should definitely be in sort of a beta phase right now, or at least labeled as a beta phase versus a free-to-play game. There's a lot of changes that need to happen. We'll go over them a little bit briefly, and then we'll do like a ending the stream sort of thing. So first off, 100% is stability. This game needs to be a lot more stable to be playable. It is lag central across the board with my extremely high internet. I don't know where their servers are currently located. It's Amazon, so you would assume they have really good servers. But the stability, just the connection base, the constant lag, the team fights, if they get too intense, sometimes you just immediately die, even though you had full health a second ago. And you just, like, will always stutter backwards. Stability is number one thing that needs to be fixed. After stability would be character design, character philosophy, character balancing. Each character needs to have a purpose and a strict build that makes them who they are. With only 2 talent choices, the character design should be exactly the same every single time you play it. If you're going to add more talent choices, then you can go to these sort of freedom choices that they have currently in the game. But if there's such a limited talent choice, the character should straight up be, I put poison on the character, I melee the character, that character dies. Or, I put down turrets, I plant the turrets, and then I heal my team. Or, blah, 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 blah. But there's still some flexibility here with the talent choices being a little bit too much overpowered on how this character works, that the character doesn't even have a philosophy, and it's really hard to balance a philosophy if it's scrambled. The flamethrower girl seems to be pretty balanced, but she still needs a little bit of tweaking here and there. A lot of them need tweaking here and there from what I played, but that's all going to come after the stability. Second would be just core concept design, different game modes, making sure that it works across the board and that it's an enjoyable experience. Running from respawn, now that I know you can respawn elsewhere, but before that, even so, if you don't have a good respawn, movement on a big map like this to have baseline slow movement, which I love slow movement games. CSGO, Apex Legends, this game, for example, Evolve even, Dead by Daylight. Slow movement games make it for more high skill play, and I love that idea. But you have to have smaller maps, guys. It is insane that you guys could get separated as far as you guys can and never see your teammates again based off of the movement alone and the map size alone. That needs to be 100% tweaked, fixed a little bit. I recommend 3 harvesters, smaller maps, and constant monster spawns that could be farmed if you get behind an experience, because the last thing that needs to be worked is the team experience. The fact that one team can get very high in level, that's not even visible to the other team, and the other team will never be able to catch up, means that you have a very terrible game design flaw. That needs to be fixed. It should always be hope in a game, regardless of how far behind you are. If I'm 15-1 in CSGO, even in the back of my mind, I know I've probably lost that game, but there's also a little part of my mind that says we could win every fucking round. We're not out of this yet. Gears of War has some of the best comeback stories. CSGO has some of the best comeback stories. Dead by Daylight even has some really good comeback stories. You know, shooters need that. They need that hope. If you've got no team fluctuation, no hope, you get people that just quit in a game like we had. We had 2 people leave probably because we were 3 levels down, and they know that there's no coming back from that. A lot of work needs to be done. I give this game a 4 out of 10. I think it definitely has really good bones and a very good structure. Some good writing seems to be in it, but it needs a little bit more work. Come back to it in about 3 months and see if anything's been done. If it's still the same game, you know that you're dealing with the same type of developers that we have in Dead by Daylight that refuse to fix the game and just will constantly release cosmetics versus fixing the structure of the game and different ideas. So we'll see. I'd love to see a game like this survive. I love third-person shooters, and I think it's a fun idea. I love Evolve, and I miss Evolve, and I wish Evolve would just come back from the grave with a vengeance, because it is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's a pity that it happened to it the way it did. But we had a pretty fun stream overall. Thank you guys so much for all of the amazing support I got today. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the follows. I missed a